Hey guys, so we have shoulders, chest, and biceps today, and I'm excited because shoulders have been feeling really good. So I'm just excited to see how they'll do for today's workout. And yeah, just honestly reflecting because, since we have like 2 more weeks and then we actually start the cut, man, I'm excited. Honestly, I'm just like, yeah, I'm excited for it. I kind of wanted to start sooner actually, but yeah, 2 weeks is the what I'm, projecting will start the cut. And I'm also thinking I want to do like measurements of like my body and like what it's like measuring now, and then when we are at the end of the cut, like measure it then, and then to see what that looks like. I mean, I don't know, I feel like that's just like interesting. So I want to just like document that as well. And I have an idea of how much I want to lose, but I feel like sometimes how our body looks, you can't always like gauge it from like the scale. So I have an idea of what I want to lose because I already told you guys, I gained like 30 pounds from when we started, more than what I wanted. So keep that in mind. So that's why I'm just and I also am wanting to look a little leaner than before I started, so I'm just like, geez, what is that number going to look like? And so that's why I'm saying too, like, I'll go off of that as like, just to gauge it, but also like depending on my body and if it actually looks better and I didn't have to like, lose that much weight. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just going to have to consider all of that. But it's just also just like keeping things in mind because I want to be a little leaner than I was before we started. But yeah, I don't know, just all that stuff. But that's what I'm saying. It'll be fun to just document it, see what that looks like. Because it's good to have it because when I did have some measurements like from way back, and then I'm so glad I did because I like looked back at it and I was just like, wow, that's so funny because I'm heavier now from when I did those measurements because I like put my weight and then I did the measurements. I'm heavier now, but my waist is smaller than it was when I weighed less. So, I mean, I guess that's why like it just sometimes blows my mind like where our bodies can like change and like what that looks like. So I'm just like, wow, that's like crazy. I mean, my waist feels heavy now. I mean, big now because because we're heavier, of course. So I'm excited to get my waist back. Honestly, I mean, it just helps make everything else look bigger as well. Like if you have a smaller waist, like your back's gonna look bigger, your lower body's gonna look bigger. So for me being heavier, my waist being a little bigger, I feel like it doesn't really emphasize that illusion. So like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that. So just the visual, but also us having measurements and all that stuff. I feel like it'll just be good to have more than less. Because I don't want to look back and think, oh, I wish I would have done this when I was like, before we did the cut. I wish I would have done that. And now also looking at it, I'm like, I hope I have enough like videos that I can like use for like to like, I don't know, compare of like me weighing this much and then when we do the cut. But I don't know. Sometimes, you look back and you just feel like you always could have done more of something, so. But like I said, I'm glad that I'm at least putting it out on YouTube and documenting that. And like, it's been really nice to like share that with you guys as well. And yeah, so like I said too, and then for the next bulk, when we do it again, I want to do it a little better because this has been like my first one. Because when I did the cut, well, I guess, yeah, you can call it a cut. And like before I did this bulk, it was because, all the gyms were shut down. That's when I like gained quite a bit of weight because, we weren't working out. And then I just kind of just stayed at that weight. And I'm just like, gosh, I don't want to feel like this. So that's when I decided to like, oh, let me do a cut. And so I did. And then I decided, I'm like, oh, well, I want to gain muscle. So that's why I started, I was like, oh, let me go ahead and do like a serious bulk. Because the other one wasn't really even a bulk. It was more of like I just gained weight because I wasn't able to like go to the gym and all that stuff. And, I feel like a lot of us had experienced all of that. And so, like I said, I just kind of like stayed at that weight and I didn't like that weight. I wasn't comfortable with it. So it wasn't like weight as in like, oh, I was just bulking and like, no, I just couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't work out as intense as I usually did. And so obviously I should have stopped probably maintaining my eating, but I think that was during a time where a lot of things were just crazy. So yeah, I gained some weight. So I was like, okay, I want to like lose that weight. So I did do the cut, but I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this cut's going to be different because I want to maintain the strength that we've gained. And if anything, I mean, I'm always going to try to aim to lift more if my body allows me. So I'm always just going to push myself and, you know, see how that actually goes too. But yeah, I just feel like this has been my first bulk and then my first, like, I don't know. I mean, very intentional, and I don't know, very, I can't even think of the word, but like, I like how I did a good bulk and then we're doing a cut, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I like how it just went like that. So, because this bulk has been really, really good. And, you know, I mean, the only thing is, like I've told you guys, the only thing is I just have my days where I'm not used to being this like heavy, but you know, yeah, like it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, like in 2 weeks, then we're like start the cut. And I'll always just keep you guys updated. I know someone was saying like they're gonna start the same as me, like when I start as well. So I for sure will keep you guys updated and I'll talk about, you know, I don't know if to do that like in a full day of eating. Like I'll talk about what my macros will end up being, how much cardio I'll decide to do, all that stuff, like, and how I decide to like slowly implement like what I'm thinking, you know, because I'm also thinking of doing an aggressive cut. It's not going to be a slow cut. I actually want it to be like an aggressive cut. So my body doesn't have to stay in that for too long. And like, I mean, and we can go more into that later, but anyways, just wanted to give you guys just a little like summary of that. And yeah, we can probably go into that a little later. Maybe I'll do a separate video where I do like the measurements. I talk about what I'm planning on doing and who knows, we'll see. Or I might just add it in one of these videos. I don't know. But let's go ahead and get started. Do shoulders first and then yeah, chest and biceps and it'll, man, I'm just like, it feels like a while since, I always say that because you guys already know I'm not, well, I mean, I should be used to it by now because how I changed my training. So now, I mean, if you guys are wondering, because I know people always ask me what my split is. So each muscle group, I hit it once a week. And so every time when it comes around, I'm all just like, it feels like a while since I've hit it, but technically, I mean, it kind of is, but those muscles are well rested, you know, I don't have like fatigue or anything. So that's why I'm just like able to really like push it in the gym. But that's just me. That's what, you know, I've been, you know, playing around with and seeing what my body responds best to. And it responds best to, you know, giving it that amount of rest and, you know, going harder in the gym. So yeah, let's go ahead and just head in there already. Okay, so I was actually looking up some videos yesterday of like how to use the camera that I have. And so I adjusted something. So hopefully it looks better, or I hope it's not worse, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, because I literally know really nothing how to use a camera. I just literally press record. And I need to get better about that. So that's why I've been trying to research how to use a camera and stuff. So I did adjust some settings. Who knows if you can even tell? Because I mean, I can test it out at home, but at the gym, it's like so dark. So I feel like it won't like give me the true results that I'm trying to see if it, like how it's gonna look. So I guess, like I said, we'll find out with this video. Anyways, this is gonna be the first working set and we're gonna do 3. I did put more weight because they just feel really good. So, I mean, let's see how many reps we can do with this. Before we did like, what was it? Jeez. I forgot how much we did, but I added, how much did I add? You know what? I'm blanking out for some reason, but technically this is more weight than what we usually do. So we'll see how much we can do. It's because I think the other one I put 2.5s and I can't remember. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I put the reps on. I don't want to just get going. Ooh. Okay, well, that was a good weight. I think we did 7 reps. And for those that are new, I usually don't like going more than 8 reps. You know, I mean, maybe you'll go to 10, it's fine, but I gauge it off of that because I don't know, that's how I'm going about like building muscle and all that stuff. But because I don't want to do all this volume and get my body fatigued. But I mean, for the people that have been watching me for a while, you guys already know that. So that was a good weight. We're just going to keep it here, see if I can do that for another set. That felt good. Okay, guys, it's side note. It's like freezing at the gym for some reason. This is the coldest it's ever been. I don't know why, but I wish I brought a jacket. That's how like cold it is. So I know sometimes I like wear my tank top, but it's so cold. I'm just gonna keep as much clothes as I have on. And then, you know, we'll do the posing towards the end, and you know, I'll wear my tank top for that, of course. But yeah, I have no idea why they have it so cold. So I had to really make sure I was warmed up. Whew. Okay, second set. See how much we can get. Okay, I think that was for 5, which isn't bad, but whew, that first set did kill my shoulders. So, you know, just because I was only able to do the 5, and that 5 was like it was a grinder. It wasn't well, I don't know if it was a pretty one, but it was a grinder. And so I'm just gonna drop the weight a little bit for the last set. So, see how we can do for that one. Okay, so we actually added some weight to this one too. So we added 5 more pounds on each side. Either that's a good idea, or maybe I should have added 2.5s. Because like I've told you guys before, like 2.5s make a difference. I mean, at least for me. So, you know, sometimes I just I think deep down I do feel silly because it's just like, oh, 2.5s, you know, or at least for the bigger movements like my chest. I mean, not for shoulders and stuff like that, but it does. It really does do a difference. Like my body physically shows me that. But anyways, we'll get and try it. I didn't want to jump because the original weight we used to do was 2 plates, but ever since we started putting shoulders first, I haven't been able to have that much strength when we come to chest, which is fine because like I told you guys, I want more of my energy to go to shoulders anyways, because that's what I really want to bring up. But obviously still pushing myself when we're doing chest. And it's been, you know, doing good because we're still like getting stronger. Anyways, let's see how much reps we can do. Okay. I kind of didn't think I was going to be able to do that one, but I wanted to try it anyways. And but I mean, that was honestly like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, that was actually a good set. My body felt really good. So we're going to keep this weight. Because what was that? I think it was 6. Always discount. Like I said, after it reaches 5, I'm like, okay, we're on a good set. It's good. It's fine. But yeah, we'll keep the weight. And I'm just happy to know that slowly I'm still getting like stronger. But yeah, no, that felt really nice. My shoulders really didn't like, because okay, so we did end up dropping the weight and I didn't record it. What did we drop it? I dropped it 5 pounds on each side, so together 10 pounds. And I was able to do like 7 reps of it, and it felt really good. And like I said, usually my shoulders are fatigued, so when we hit chest, I'm not expecting too much, but I'm still like, I'm going to reach the weight that I usually reach when I start with chest first. So I don't know, that makes me happy. And we'll do this for 3 sets, 3 working sets. Yeah, so 2 more. Keep checking my mics because I turn them off when we're resting, since I didn't get to charge them, so they're like not fully charged. So I don't want to risk it, so I've been turning them off, but now I have to make sure I turn them back on. Okay. Second set. Oh. Last one was hard. But yeah, if I didn't have my back engaged, you know, like tight, I don't think I would have been able to like push that. And I mean, that goes with any chest movement. Just making sure that your back's not just like laying there. It's there to help you, you know, so utilizing it, making sure, because okay, you guys know that tightness when you're doing like pull downs or rows, anything for the back. Let's see, try to make it simple. I tend to overcomplicate things in my head. So, or at least when I speak out loud, it always comes like, yeah. Anyways, so, you know, your back's tight when you're doing your pull, you know, so it's that tight when you're doing chest too. It's not like relaxed. And then I think that's why people say don't cave in your chest, because if your back's tight, there's no way you're going to cave in your chest when you're doing a chest exercise. So keep that in mind when you're doing chest, that your back's activated. And it's keeping, you know, everything really secure and tight, and you're able to squeeze. And I don't know, I guess push, you know, more weight, what your body is capable of. You know, use your body to help you out, not making it more harder, you know. So I'll go ahead and do another set. We'll keep this weight, but I'll probably see you guys for side laterals. Okay, that's so weird. I know I pressed record. I know I did because I was seeing if everything was in frame, because this one usually sometimes I cut my head off, and it wasn't recording the whole thing. So I hate that it's been consistent with every video. There's always one clip that it gets cut off, but that's weird. So we did do the set already. You can see what I was saying. Oh, what was I saying? I basically was saying my shoulders have been feeling so good consistently, because there would be times, you know, because you know how I told you guys, shoulders have been something I feel like they need to be looking better than what they are right now. And I'm not like surprised, because there would be times when I did train my shoulders, and some days it would be have a really good shoulder, like it would feel really good, and then some days I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel really good, like as in like, I don't know, you just know like when something doesn't, it feels off. So far everything's been feeling consistent with everything feeling good, so that makes me happy, because we've also been seeing strength, you know, my strength go up. And but I was also saying it's going to take a while, obviously, to put on muscle, but at least we know we're on the right track, and that makes me happy. And you know, I'd rather know we're on the right track, you know, because it does suck when you know it takes a while, and then you already know that, or you're questioning, am I even doing this to its full potential? So that's why it helps to like, you know, figure it out sooner than later, since it does take us a while to like put on muscle. But it's okay. Like, and also I'm glad I prioritized that first. So we do shoulders first and the chest and all that stuff. So anyways, we did do a set. I really thought I pressed record, so I apologize, but we'll go ahead and do flies next. Okay, chest is feeling super nice. But I feel like it's always a good chest day. Like I said, it was the shoulders that wasn't always like a solid, consistent, you know, I knew I put in the work for that muscle kind of thing. And luckily that's also what we're feeling now with quads, because that was also something I would question when I would left the gym and all that stuff. So, but anyways, it's a nice feeling when it's like consistent, and you're always like knowing that you're gonna go in, and that muscle group that you're hitting is gonna, I don't know, just gonna feel good. Like you're putting in the work. But it's funny because I want to say, there's always, because you know, when you're still learning how to do a movement and feel it and all that stuff, like you lower the weight to like feel it out. But I feel like, I don't know if it's just chest, but I was just thinking, because I'm like, I feel like chest, you kind of have to, it needs to be not like so light. Because, like, for example, then when you're doing dumbbells, if they're too light, you can't really engage. You know, it needs to be like that, like in between, not like super heavy, but still heavy enough that you're able to engage. Because think about it, if you are like, let's just be dramatic and say 5 pounds, it's going to be kind of tricky. Like unless you know how, but if you're learning, it's tricky to like know what that feels like to engage and have everything tight and strong. So if you're someone that still has like a little trouble doing like chest, maybe the weight is a little too light. You know, I'm not saying to go heavy, just a little too light that you can't engage because it's just so light. So you don't really know what that feels like. But obviously go with your own pace. But something that I've always noticed is like but I think more with the dumbbells, when we would do dumbbells or something, because I mean, I love doing dumbbell incline. But I would notice if it's too light, feel a little off. But so I can't imagine if someone's having trouble and it feels off. So, you know, if that makes sense, and if you haven't tried that, and you know, just give it a try, see if you know what I'm talking about. Once you're like there, you're like, oh, okay, is this what, you know, shit's talking about? But anyways, this is the last set, and then we'll go ahead and do biceps. I always like just flexing after I'm done working that muscle. I don't know, maybe it's like a reassurance, like kind of thing. I don't know, but maybe I just do that for chat. No, I'm not sure, but anyways, feels good. Okay, so that's it for that. And yeah, let's go and do some biceps. I mean, so far, technically, we've been hitting little PRs. So I'm curious, I mean, because the biceps have been, you know, at 70 for a while. But, I don't want to get my expectations up because, we'll take it as it is. Even if it was like the first working set was a PR and that was it, like that's still progress and that's still a good day. That's still a good workout. Like I said, we can't be making PRs every time we come to the gym, but when we do, it does feel nice, obviously. So let's go ahead and do biceps. Okay, so I have the 35s and we're doing dumbbells, seated dumbbell curls, because it's been a while since we've done them. And yeah, we'll just see how much reps I can do with the 35s, because I mean, even I forget, like when you're jumping with bicep curls with dumbbells, it's like what, 5 pounds, and that's a huge jump. So the only way we can really do little jumps is with the barbell, and if I put like 2.5s on there. But yeah, I felt like doing the dumbbells. So we're gonna do that, and like I said, we'll just see how many reps we can do, see how the 35s feel. But 35s have been the heaviest I have been able to go with the how am I forgetting? With curls, yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and start. This would be the first working set. Okay. Okay, so we're only able to do 5 on each arm, which I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because, this is really, I guess, a strict referral, you know, because I mean, when you're standing, it's kind of hard not to use a little bit momentum, but you can still, keep it strict. But when you're seated, trying to imagine. But I feel like that's why I like doing both, because this one kind of like reassures me. I'm just keeping it very strict when I'm doing that curl. And yeah, if anything like humbles you, to like really focus on just the squeezing part and using your biceps. And same with this one. Or even also with standing, keep your back engaged. It actually like helps you. I mean, when you're lifting, right, it's supposed to help you, because I feel like when you start, cheating yourself, it's probably helping that moment. Maybe you can get that extra rep, but like long term, it's not gonna help you because, you're not actually like focusing on that muscle group that you're trying to work out, because you're using everything else to help you do that extra rep or who knows what. So, keep it honest and just make sure that muscle is actually doing the work. So I'll go ahead and I want to do 6 reps. So hopefully maybe in the next set, maybe we'll do 6. I'm going to try. So we have 2 more though, 2 more sets. We're using the straps because, especially when we're doing dumbbells, your forearms are going to be working, So I think you guys notice when I do the barbell, I don't use them. And that's why I tell you, I like going on and off with both. But the dumbbells, your forearms will be, in use more. So when I have this dumbbell and I'm just holding it, my forearms are going to be really like tired out. So this just helps with that because, at the end of the day, I want to know I'm carrying or like pushing as much weight as the muscle I'm trying to work, and not give out just because my grip wasn't able to withstand it, or like it got tired and who knows what. So I'm just using these to help. And I think, I mean, most of you guys already know that. So if you're new here, I'm just letting you know why. And also maybe because with your hands getting sweaty, it also helps with that too. But with using them, you're still going to be gripping tight, because don't think you're not going to be still gripping tight. You still are. Okay. I mean, those felt good. If you guys, I guess, pay attention for like those little things, I am going slower on the negative, just, having as much control over it as possible. So it is making it harder for me. But I mean, who knows? It's funny when you feel like you're going super slow, but it looks fast, or vice versa. So to me, I am going slower, but maybe it looks fine. And that is the goal, for it to look like a good smoothness down. I don't want to just like drop it. I'm not saying I was doing that before, but I do feel like I can have more control over it. So that's what we're doing. So we'll make it harder. So we'll drop it for the next set, for the last set. Yeah, but feels good. And we'll see how much we do, or what I'll drop it to, because sometimes the dumbbells aren't, the ones that you want are usually there sometimes. So we'll see if it's there, whatever that number I choose. Okay, so dropping it to 30s, and this should be a good last set. Yeah. Oh man, these fell way later. I lost count, but maybe that was 8. Not gonna say. Oh, this felt good. My forearms are on fire. So, like I said, it's nice to use the straps, because it's like my forearms are I'm still gripping, but also it's just like, it just helps that little bit. And why not give yourself that? Also, when you're wrapping it around, just wrap it around once. If I had a bar, it would show you. Don't wrap it around all the way, because then it's going to make it thicker, and it's going to make it harder to grip, or it's just more intense. You don't need to. I've showed you guys the grip. you know, the thickness of the bar and all that stuff does matter. Because I told you guys before, me doing pull-ups on a thicker bar, probably just do one because of my grip. But if the bar is like a good thickness or whatever I'm gripping on, I can do like 8. So, you know, you don't want to put more work into the grip, and that goes also with the thickness. So don't be wrapping around, because I know, I mean, hey, I used to do that too. I used to wrap it around all around and then grab onto it. Just wrap it around once, because like I said, you're not using this to do all the work for you. You're just using it to help you with that little bit. So you just need to do it like once. Hopefully you know what I mean, but if not, I can always show you guys. Maybe with a bar would be easier. I don't want to be grabbing the dumbbell, just, you know. But anyways, we're done here, and let's go and finish up with the last workout or train, whatever, you know, last thing. Okay, so I forgot the reason why we use this one is because the machine I like is, oh, well, I mean, I guess it's broken. I was gonna say out of service, broken, same thing, right? Okay, so we're using this one again, and yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into it. This will be the last set. Biceps feel pretty good. Yeah, I was gonna talk about it. So I guess maybe I could just like bring it up on this one, because you know how I was talking about where, well, it felt like it was a while ago, but I was talking about how when people are doing these, like how, you know, like to be careful, because I mean, I've heard people say that they get hurt with this, but keep in mind, I feel like you can get hurt doing anything, but also it's not gonna hurt you to extend. You know, it's the same when you're doing leg extensions. You know, you're not going to be hurting your knees by doing the full extension. So same with this one. Here, we're going to squeeze and then we're going to come all the way down. So I guess I'm telling you, you're not going to hurt yourself, but I know people can hurt themselves doing anything. So I guess I'm saying your body, you know, is fine. Your body can handle that. It's not bad for it, I guess I'm saying. But I think a lot of you guys know that. That's why I would get confused when people would say that it would hurt them or whatever, but maybe there's something else going on. But okay, let's just go ahead and get into the set. Okay, that was the last set. And we'll go and do some posing. Okay, with me, you know, like I told you guys, adjusting. I think what I was messing with was like contrast and sharpness and all that stuff. And so I think it did make the lighting a little differently. So I have it a little brighter than usual. Or I made it less bright than usual. Okay. So some biceps. Trying to figure out we'll do some posing for biceps since we just did them. No, we're flexing the chest too when we're doing this one. Or maybe it's too bright still. Okay, we'll try that. Why is it? Oops. Okay. It's like falling down on me. Yeah, I think that's better. And then do a little chest, side chest. I think me adjusting the camera helped a lot because I feel like I used to be so washed out when we used to do this, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. We'll do double bicep from the back. Okay. And then some shoulders. We did that in the beginning, so I was just like, wait, I forgot we did them. Okay, so. What's this one? What else do we got? Oh yeah, you guys know I like just throwing. Honestly, I just throw any poses that I know. I just throw them in there. I don't know. I like them all. I think they're all fun. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. Like these videos and stuff will be nice to look back on, you know, compare it to when we are at the end of the cut. But I also hope, because I told you guys, my gym doesn't have the greatest lighting. So this is like one of the better spots and makes me also feel comfortable to just be like posing and not taking up space in a area maybe someone wants to lift in, you know. But hopefully this is like good enough. I mean, we'll do these poses when we do the cut here too. So maybe it's good to keep it consistent, I guess. So maybe it's fine. And it's not like I said, it's not like the only time we're gonna be doing this. It's gonna just it's a lifelong journey. So it's just me barely starting to document any of it. But oh, did we? I feel like we did do everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go in the car. So I was honestly surprised with how shoulders and chest felt today, or at least, you know, strength-wise. Like I was, I don't know, happy with how the workout went for that. And then, I mean, biceps, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a little hard to progress with that. I mean, well, you can progress by, you know, reps and all that stuff too. I guess I'm just thinking about like because of the big jumps of weight you have to jump to, like it's like 30, 35, and then 40, like, you know, it's kind of crazy. So if you're like struggling and all that stuff, remember when I said use a barbell? If you can, I mean, my gym luckily has like 20 of them, like for squat racks, like 20, I don't know how, but so that's nice. So sometimes I use that one because I can add like 2.5s and do that, and that really helps, you know, with progressing in the movement. So yeah, I guess I'm saying I'm not surprised, but of course I would have been happy if they have been, you know, getting stronger and all that stuff. But yeah, not surprised. Um, I'm trying to think here. I've been debating because I mean I want to. I just feel like it's just been an idea in my head. So we'll see eventually when I like I don't know do it. But I've been wanting to do like vlog types of videos like outside of like the gym. Just because I actually like watching those kind of videos, and so it's funny, I feel like that's funny that I don't make the ones I actually like watching. Because I mean, I guess I find it interesting what people do day to day or whatever that is, or like, you know, their little tendencies or all that stuff. But I think it's more of like that imposter syndrome because I'm just like, wait, I don't think you guys want to watch me do something. And it was funny because I was watching a girl that was giving advice on people that want to do, you know, vlogs and stuff. And she's like, you guys, I literally am recording myself putting things in the dishwasher and doing laundry. Like, when you say it out loud, like, doesn't that sound kind of funny? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're right. And I'm watching that. So I'm just like, I feel like because I want to separate that from my workouts. I don't want that to be included, because if you just want to watch the workouts, then you can watch the workouts, because I love doing those, you know. And if anything, maybe I can figure out if I even like making those kind of videos, because I think at the end of the day, like, it's like a nice give and take, because it's like I like doing these videos. I love relating with you guys and all that stuff. And then it's like we both get something out of it, because I love how you guys said that you actually like, or like, oh, I've never done it that way, or that's a good point of view and all that stuff. So I like how we both feel like we're getting something from it. And, you know, I really do mean it when I say ever since I started doing this, like, I do feel like less alone. And if anything, like, understood. Because I don't know if you guys catch me, sometimes I'm just like, sometimes I feel like I don't make any sense. And I feel like that sometimes was the reason why, like, I didn't want to make any videos, because I was like, no one's gonna understand what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna just be talking nonsense, because sometimes I don't know how to, like, deliver what I'm trying to say correctly. And, like, that's, like, was, like, my biggest fear is, like, oh, like, but, you know, it's funny how we are so hard on ourselves, because no one's ever, like, told me that. No one from the comments, or at least you guys are being nice, but no one's ever told me, you never make any sense. You don't speak, like, fluently with what you're trying to say. And I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, but it's just so nice how you guys have just been, if anything, just supportive, and don't even, like, think about that. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm the one that, like, really can be getting in my own head and overthinking something that probably isn't even a big deal, because I guess I'm saying is, like, it really means a lot to me when you guys get what I'm trying to say. And I don't know, just, I mean, you just, yeah, just that, like, that means a lot to me. So I feel like I want to try it out. I feel like my girls would like it, because I know my fiance always watches me watch these videos, and he's just like, oh, okay. Like, he doesn't know why I find it interesting, but I do. I don't know. I like watching them. I feel like, if anything, they're just relaxing. So maybe my girls would enjoy vlog types of videos. But if my guys do too, like, yeah, let me know. I mean, I feel like regardless, I'll do it, because I want to try it out and see if I like it. And you guys get to see more of Teddy, my puppy. So I don't know. And then also I can throw in, like, food, you know, what I'm eating. Like, I don't know, just like a vlog. Yeah, like, I don't know. So something I've been thinking about. And I don't know if you guys noticed towards the end of the video, like, I mean, my videos, I usually talk more, like, personal stuff, or, like, things that I feel like at the end, like, I'm like, if you guys stay till the end, then I feel like you do care what I, like, have to say. So I do share, like, more of those kind of thoughts, and not just, like, gym related stuff. So I don't know if you guys, like, caught on to that, because, like, I usually do, because I'm just like, yeah, no, if they stay to the end, then they really care what I have to say, and, like, what my thoughts are, and what I've been thinking, regardless, like, you know, other than the gym stuff. But that's why I want to keep it separate, because if you just want gym stuff, I feel like that is totally fine. So I want to, like, have my gym videos, and then if you're interested in the vlog types, then I want to throw those in too. So it's been a thought, but yeah. Anyways, today was a great workout. I'm happy with how it's, you know, well, how it's gonna end. I mean, like, during the bulk, it's gonna be a nice finish, and then we'll do the cut. And I'm excited. I'm so excited for that. And thanks, you guys, for being just as excited. It's kind of cute. You guys are like, yeah, like, we're excited. So that's why I tell you guys, like, I love that I've been, like, sharing this with you guys, because, like I said, you guys make me feel less alone. I feel your support, and it's just been very nice. So yeah, and it's funny. I feel like we're doing this together. But yeah, I just really appreciate you guys. You guys are, I don't know, you guys are really cool. Like, I think it's funny, because I think I'm getting your guys' like sense of humor too, with, like, the people that always comment. Oops. So it's funny. I do get sometimes sassy with some people, because I know it's just fun. I guess you can call it banter, just fun banter. I don't know. I watch Love Island, so maybe that's the lingo that just popped in my head. But it's fun, because I'm getting to know you guys' personality, and I think that's what it is when you get to know people. You know, like, okay, like, can you mess around with them? Can you talk? Like, how can you, like, talk to them? Because also, like, at the end of the day, being respectful towards anyone that, you know, like, because yeah, like, maybe people don't, like, talk a certain way, and that's fine. Like, because I think that's how we like find how we can like be with people, and then feeling very comfortable. And so like it's fun that I'm like feeling that way with like the people that are always commenting. Like I'm kind of like, I know your guys' like little personality. So it's fun to like I don't know, like I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Anyways, I'm gonna head home, gonna eat, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Yeah, so you guys have a great workout, a great day, and also I hope your guys' allergies get better. I appreciate you guys being very helpful with anything you can for mine, and mine have gotten so much better. But yeah, hope your guys does too. So I'll see you guys for the next video.